Nigerian has landed himself in hot water. His stay in the United Kingdom is handing in the trade. This gentleman's family back home are blaming his wife for his action, and the guy is saying that he has been attacked spiritually. I want to know what your views are. This gentleman has only been in the UK for over 2 years. Now, he may have to be kicked out of the country because of what he has done to himself. This is a gentleman with 2 young children. Him and his wife, they have made sacrifices for him and the family to move to the UK. And everything that they have worked for as a family, it's now being ruined. Francis is my name for those seeing my face for the first time. On this channel, we share content to educate and inform our audience. We also talk about the lived experiences of immigrants in the diaspora so that lessons can be learned. This Nigerian gentleman is 35 years old. He is a registered nurse with the National Health Services. It was him that first of all came to the UK before his wife and his 2 children joined him in the UK. The guy, everything was working well for this brother. He got a job with the NHS straight away and everything, there was no problem at all. Until recently, this brother said he was hopeful that yes, everything that he has always wanted, they have finally come to fruition, and he was thanking God for his life. Sadly, one silly mistake has now ruined everything that this brother has worked for. This brother and his wife and 2 children, they went to a friend's 40th birthday. When they got to this birthday, this brother and his wife and the friend, they had a very good time at that party. The guy was drinking alcohol on that day. Remember, this guy, he has only been in the UK for over 2 years, and it's not long that he passed his driving test in the UK. The wife said, she told this brother that, look, you've had enough drink. Let us not go home with you driving. Let us find a hotel to stay if we cannot get taxi so that we can stay over. And I said, the brother said, no problem. He can control himself, that this is not a problem. The wife said before this brother came to the UK, he used to do the same thing in Nigeria. He used to drink, he would drink, and he would come back home. The wife said one day before they came to Nigeria, when they were living in Lagos, she said the guy drove himself home, and the guy started throwing up, and he could not get out of the car. She said she thought that now that they are finally in the UK, that this brother will realize that this environment is different from back home. You know the old saying that old habits die. That is what has gotten this brother into trouble. After they finished the party, the wife said she pleaded with this brother, please, Ejo, don't drive. The saddest part was that this guy had his 2 young children in car with him. The brother said to the guy, he was telling his wife that, no, I am under control. Everything is fine. As they were driving, it's not even too far from their house. The police stopped this guy because this guy, he followed a road that road is for bus drivers. The guy is not supposed to go through there. The guy just drove through that place. The police then noticed him. He said the police were going and he was coming. When the police noticed that this guy was the way the guy drove past that place, they now revised and they came close to the guy's house. They stop. As soon as they stop, they brutalize this brother, and the police realize that the guy in the UK, the limit is 35% when you're brutalized. Anything above 35%, my brother, my sister, you are going in big time. When they brutalized this guy was 69%. The police then told him that he's under arrest, and they took this guy and they had to arrange to take his wife and 2 children home. He's under arrest. The officer then asked him, "What do you do for a living?" The guy said, "I am a staff nurse." The officer told him that because of the nature of work that you do, that you work with vulnerable people, we will have to inform your employer. The guy brutalized. The wife said the guy was arguing with the officer. Even if the guy was arguing with the officer, they had to restrain him. "I want to call people. I want to call my people." "Why do you want to?" The officer said, "You are under arrest. You are under arrest. You cannot call anybody." The guy, until they had to restrain him, they took him to station. They brutalized him again in the station. They sold the same thing, 69. 3 times they brutalized his brother, 69%. They kept the guy in the station overnight. They then released the guy within 24 hours, and they told him that they will have to take him to court. But meanwhile, his employer will have to be notified. I am pleading, if you know anyone who is drinking and driving, this is something that is very common among people from our community, especially in Manchester and London and other area. You haven't been caught doesn't mean you will not be caught. It's not worth it, my brother and sister. This guy then, they don't release this guy. The guy went to work the next day. His employer called him and said, "Look, we have been notified that this is the situation with you. And because of that, we will have to inform HR." The guy, his employer, are the one that gave him sponsorship. The guy was asked to go home because the employers, they were disappointed with the guy that he was drinking and driving. They were more disappointed that he had 2 young children and his wife in the car. As soon as they told this guy to go home, the wife said the guy came home, he became a monster. He became restless. Every little thing. "Oh, people told him not to bring you to the UK with him. Your bad luck is not put all these things in there. Why did you not tell me not to drive the car? Why did you allow me to drive the car?" The woman said, "I told you not to drive the car. You insisted that you will drive, that you are under control. You almost fight me. What do you want me to do?" The guy told his family back home, and they are all blaming the wife. Bad luck. You want to destroy their brother's life. Why did you not call them back home in Nigeria when the man insisted of driving? The family, everybody, they are now blaming this woman as we speak. The woman said the guy became, every time, little thing, argument. One day, the woman said, she just said, "Look, why are you always blaming me for this thing? Why are you blaming me?" The guy, before you know what, the guy held the woman's neck and gripped the woman's neck, started gripping, pulled the woman up. The children were crying. Before you know what, the neighbor informed the police. So from fry pan, our brother is going from fry pan to fire. The neighbor called the police, and this guy was arrested again. The guy told me, when I asked him, he said, "Frank, since this incident happened, he looks like he's like a madman. He doesn't know what he's doing again." The wife said this is not the first time that this is happening. Now, too many people from our community, we are getting a lot of reports about brothers coming to this country and beating their wife like punching bag. I want to play 2 voice notes for you to listen to this voice note.
I've been in the UK, like, this December will make it a year now. My husband, like, I think months. So for some time we'll be having issues here and there. He fights me. He's been very abusable verbally and physically. Like since
That is one. Another one.
Oh, since that, bro, since that time when I talk to you finish, since that time when I tell they talk to you, although I did inside room, I did palo, so you know here. Since that time, now cost that cost me. Until now when me I used to talk, now cost still they cost me. I just tire. And I dey breastfeed pikin. I don't even know what to.
Now, this is becoming too prevalent among our people. I have said this repeatedly on this platform. If a man crosses the line of becoming physical with you, you are a woman watching me now. Do not, only very few men will realize that this is a no-go area. I'm not doing this again and stop. Most men, once they start crossing that line, it will continue. In March this year, a Nigerian man killed his wife, and the man is now serving life in jail. The guy came to the UK recently on a carer's visa, and he ended up killing his wife. I am pleading with you, my brother and my sister. This is not Nigeria. Even in Nigeria, a lot of women die from domestic violence. We must control ourselves. If the relationship cannot be repaired, it is better for both parties to walk away alive than for you to destroy everything that you have worked for through domestic violence. This brother that we are talking about now, the guy was arrested and his employer again was notified. As soon as the employer was notified, they told him, please don't come back to work. Don't come back to work. We received one recently about drunk driving with 2 children in your car, and now we've received another one with you punching your wife like a punching bag. So as we speak now, this our Nigerian brother, his employer have told him that his visa sponsorship that they offered him is not going to get it again. The brother is telling me now that he doesn't know what he wants to do because he sold everything that he had back home in Nigeria to bring his wife and family to the UK in search of a better life. And he has used his hand to destroy that better life. His family back home in Nigeria, they are blaming the wife and saying it's the wife, bad luck, that caused the problem, that she should have called them back home when the guy insisted on driving. The guy himself is blaming the wife, and the woman is saying that she and her family, they sold a lot of their belonging to come to this UK. The woman said the family came to the UK. Initially, the guy is a nurse, but he came on a carer's visa. It was not too long ago that the brother finally converted from a carer's visa to a nurse. And now everything that he has worked for, he has ruined it. What is your view? Do you believe that this is spiritual attack, or you believe that the brother is the architect of his own fortune? If you know anyone that will benefit from this video, I am pleading with you, not for me, but for the sake of our community. Kindly share this video with anyone that you know will benefit. You might be drinking and driving back home in Nigeria. You come to the Western world, you're doing it, you are going to destroy everything that you have worked for. If you know anyone who is experiencing domestic violence in their relationship, I am pleading with you, please kindly share this video with them and encourage them that they need to consider whether the relationship is worth it or they need to walk away. You cannot cross that line of beating a woman like punching bag and expect the man all overnight to say he has seen Jesus Christ, is now born again, is changed. 99% of those men, they will never change. So make sure you support our work by giving this video a like, share with anyone that you know will benefit. Let me know whether you think that this brother is the architect of his own future, or you think that this is spiritual attack. The devil is to blame for inside the man's problem.